Alright, now for the Thanatos boss fight. This fight consists of 4 different parts. 2 of them are going to be against this smaller version, and then 2 of them are going to be against the bigger version, but they toggle back and forth. And then after the second part, which will be against this big version of Thanatos, you'll get a checkpoint, so that's very helpful. Alright, now for this first part against the small version of Thanatos, be sure to use Demos as much as possible. It's hard to tell whether he does a lot of damage or not, but every once in a while he will knock him back and give you that little opportunity to do some damage on him. As for Thanatos' attacks for this first part, he really only has that one slam down attack that he does with his sword. Sometimes he'll chase after you and do it. And the other is when he puts his sword to the ground and kind of throws this ground attack at you, and it comes pretty quick, so just be sure to roll out of the way. Now for the second part of the boss fight, when he turns into his big version for the first time, you're going to want to learn to parry these spitting attacks that he does, because it'll knock him out instantly, and then you can use Theory's Bane and then Demos as well to do damage on him. But beware, for when he wakes up, he will do that huge swipe attack, and that can do a lot of damage, as you just saw. It's also worth noting that sometimes when he does that spit attack, depending on where you are and where Demos is, sometimes he will spit at him first, but if anything, it'll just give you good practice at the timing, so you can parry that attack and be able to use Theory's Bane and go to town on his forearm. So that is the pattern of this portion of the fight. You will do his spit attack, you'll parry it, do damage on his forearm, and then stay clear and get back towards the screen so you dodge his huge swipe attack. And once you get through this part, you'll get a checkpoint. And if you're low on health like me, and you just keep replaying it, you'll be awarded at least half health. Now for the third part of the fight, Thanatos is going to return to his smaller self, but he's going to add that combo attack right there. And that's pretty much his only attack. He'll also do his ground attack that you have to roll out of the way of, but just be aware of that attack because it does cover a lot of the arena, so just keep rolling around and make sure you use Demos and also Scourge of Iones or any other magic that you like to use during this fight. Now for the fourth and final part of this boss fight, you're going to go against this big version of Thanatos again. And he's going to spit that stuff at you again, but just parry it. Go to town on his forearm. And except this time, he's going to do a huge ground attack right here. So just time it correctly, watch out for that side swipe, and then there's your pattern that you have to learn. And as long as you follow that pattern, you shouldn't have too much trouble defeating Thanatos and ultimately the game. For this final part, when you have unlimited Thera's Bane, you still have to dodge those swipe attacks and those ground attacks by Thanatos, because you can die, but once you get him down initially, he's going to stay down, and you should be able to do a grapple prompt and follow a bunch of quick time events to finish him off for good.
You are insignificant, Kratos. Your brother suffered because of you. Your fate lies in the hands of Olympus, ghost of Sparta.
For this final Path of Solitude section of the game, I thought it'd be a good time to say thank you to anyone who viewed any or all of my God of War Ghost of Sparta video walkthrough videos. I hope it was helpful for those playing it no matter what difficulty you were playing on. And to those who haven't played it, I hope it makes you interested enough to playing it someday, because this and the other God of War games are pretty fun and pretty fairly challenging, especially on their hardest difficulty.
Come now, I have a fresh plot for him.